Good morning. So, on my healing journey, I have learned that I needed to be the person I needed for myself that I wanted from other people. Because in order to attract the right people, I had to stop settling for less than I deserved. And I can go into so many different things with this, but basically you bring when you're a child, you go through different things in your childhood life. And you basically, there's parts of you that, are there to protect you. And there are parts of you that you put away because those parts of you didn't feel like they were accepted. And basically, the healing journey is you accepting all of those parts of yourself and integrating them into you. And it has to do with you regulating your nervous system and self-acceptance and you know say there were times in my life where I would just lose my shit. But I didn't just lose my shit constantly. I would lose my shit because eventually, after so many times of the same shit happening over and over again, eventually you've had enough. And I would lose my shit, and then I would think that part of me that was bad. You know what I mean? Like I shouldn't have done that. And that part of me isn't bad. That part of me needs to be recognized and accepted and knows that it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Like but I needed to start learning to say how I really feel instead of keeping things in, and not saying how I really feel. And not and always like shrinking. A lot of people shrink. They say you shrink yourself. And I didn't really get that. But shrinking yourself is when you hold back. Whenever you feel one way, but you act like you're fine. When you say you're okay, but you're not. When you really want to say something about something and you don't. When you sugarcoat things so you don't hurt somebody's feelings. When, yeah, just so many things. And then, I've discovered manipulation. I feel like as I've gone along in my healing journey, I didn't recognize these things before because I was so conditioned that it was okay, that these things were okay, and they're not. Um, so manipulation, when somebody's manipulating you, it's like you see it now. Like I see it. I see when it's happening, and I'm no longer playing along. And I'm not even saying some of the people that are doing the things may not even know they're doing it because I until really got deep in my healing journey, I didn't even know half the stuff that was happening was happening. Whenever say someone say you have a disagreement with someone and that person just say there's no one resolved. It wasn't resolved. Say you have a disagreement, somebody loses their shit on you or tells you off or whatever, and they stop talking to you. Now, say for me, say this thing happened and I really didn't feel like I did anything. I just said how I really felt about something. And I was actually, this one time, I was actually correcting something I did that I felt was wrong. And I asked this person, you know, like, I basically said I shouldn't have done that. Um, it wasn't, it wasn't something I should have done. And it was not something I was doing to this person. It was something I was doing that after I did it, I was like, you know how you tell somebody something and after you're like, I shouldn't have done that? That's pretty much what it was. So then I went to the person and was like, hey, I know I said this to you, and can you please not tell anyone because it really wasn't mine to share. And I'm trying to like I'm working on myself, and I'm not that I don't want to be that person anymore. And you know, and so this person got offended and told me off, and told me like basically half of what the stuff I said was unnecessary and blah blah blah. And I was like, hmm. So, I like I didn't know what to think about it at the time. And then but I was like, that ain't cool. I was trying to correct something I did that I felt was wrong. And I asked this person not to say anything because this person is somebody I know that tells everybody everything. Like, you know, gossip. I was going to this person because I needed somebody to talk to about this thing, but I knew that this person gossiped. And I wasn't doing it in a way of gossip. But then after I did it, I was like, yeah, this is going to like turn into way more than it needs to. So this person got offended, but I realized after the fact I should have just kept my mouth shut and not said anything. So anyway, this person was offended and pissed off and all this and that. And this person then, you know, didn't want to, didn't talk to me after that. And I also didn't try to talk to this person because, like, she freaking told me off for no reason. And, I know she felt offended or whatever, but at the same time, I know that this person would have gone and told the world. And she was offended because to even think she would do such a thing. And I was like, well, I would think that because that's what usually happens. And, so anyway, so this person didn't talk to me, and then there were other things that came along with that. But, I was hurt by it because I'm trying to do better. And, I started questioning, like, a lot of things at the time. So, anyway, years have gone by and I seen this person, and it's almost like they act like everything's fine, everything's cool. And it's not. It's not cool. It's not fine. Like, this is where I finally had to realize that certain people leave your lives for reasons beyond your sometimes put it this way, if someone leaves your lives, let them. And if they come back and they just want to act like everything's normal, that's a no. It's just a no. Because sometimes things happen for a reason. And what I've learned is in my life that I put up with a lot of shit from a lot of people that I shouldn't have. And I had to get away from those people in order to see the truth. And the truth is that I came from a childhood of manipulation and bullies and at least emotional abuse. And there was a little what you would consider physical abuse, like in today's world. Like back then, that was like the norm. Like today, no, that's not normal. And there are still people that think it's okay, but it's not. And codependency, because it's almost like you're conditioned. And I'm not saying anybody knows this is actually what's happening, but basically you're being conditioned to be okay with people treating you badly and calling it love. And it's not. So I basically had to break away from all that to see the truth and to learn that I don't have to put up with that anymore. I never did. So, all right, everyone. Love, peace. Stay tuned.